life. You know what I'm saying? Right now, I'm pretty much content with just rhyming all day.
Or digital can instantly share pictures.
I can start. Hello. I am sorry, but I must interrupt this show. Later, you know what it is. Hey, ham solo. It's time, baby. Low. Let's turn out we do. Hey. They said we said we in. They said we said we on. They said we said we strong. They said we said we go. We say that you heard right. 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 They said we said we in. They said we said we on. They said we said we strong. They said we said we go. We say that you heard right. We say that you heard right. We say that you heard right. We say that you man. I swear that it's imminent. I've been going so hard on my penmanship. About to go in and buy me a whip. And I pull that shit fresh off the dealership. I can leave you in red like an Xbox. Got me laughing at you like you red fox. Got you chasing Hot Wheels like a matchbox. EA running the game and it don't stop. Super cold like I'm playing for Blizzard. Got you all in my sights like Red Dead Redemption. Never gonna slip on my pimpin'. Better get out my way, bitch, I'm on a mission. Really ain't no competition. I'm steady grilling opposition. I'm get up and ready to win. They can play it how they play, but fuck what you say. I'm getting this money today. Last of us like a dying breed. Down the ride like a noble steed. Fatality moves, I make you bleed. That's on any game, that's on any screen. Shut up and give me your money. They said we so lit. Even if I take an L, we coming back just to show that we don't quit. They said we said we in. They said we said we on. They said we said we strong. They said we said.
Greetings and salutations, ladies and gentlemen. We have the Xbox Developer Direct today, so I'm going to try and make this as quick and succinct and to the point as possible. Let's go. Where is this video? All right. So we're gonna check out the Kim Belair video. I promised I'd watch it last year. I've been dilly-dallying. We're doing it now. Let's go.
So welcome to the stage, Kim Belair.
Hello.
Hi.
I'm Kim Belair. In my circles, I'm largely considered, I think, a relatively nice person. These are my dogs.
Everyone thinks they're a nice person. All right, so she likes Elden Ring. That's nice. That's a good thing. That's a dub. Bowser. Not a big Nintendo guy. Dogs, it's always a big plus. Cats, I don't care. And a skull. Maybe she likes rock music. And she likes going to the beach and doing exercise. She looks like she's kind of fit.
Sage and Flaky, these are my cats, Tag and the Gray Boy. I really enjoy Lego. I collect skulls and taxidermy.
Oh, taxidermy. What is taxidermy? What does taxidermy even mean? All right, whatever. Let's carry on with the video.
And I also really like playing a lot of video games, including Elden Ring.
Dub.
By day, I am the crazed CEO of Sweet Baby Inc.
Yeah. It's pretty much the narrative. That's pretty much. But listen. This people didn't say that you said this, Kim. You're the one who said how to get marketing team to listen. You terrorize them. You literally said this. People just took the video and ran with it. But let's not pretend people put that in your mouth. Come on. You literally said this.
The DEI-obsessed censorship mafia who is currently ruining and woke.
Yeah, she does look kind of fit. Like her thighs are thick, but it's not like fat. You know what I mean?
Buying all of the video games that you've ever played.
Why are they cheering? This is not a good thing. Oh, I shit in people's plates for a living. What are you doing?
Thank you.
No, don't thank them. Apologize to us. What are you doing?
Thank you. It's hard work.
Whoa. Did you guys see that? Hold on.
Thank you.
Ooh, baby got back. Listen. I'm not 100% objective when it comes to Kim Belair, all right? She has, in my opinion, an awesome voice. She should look into voice acting. Kim Belair has an awesome voice. And she's pretty. And it's there. Just look at it, like bottom right corner. It's right there.
Thank you. It's hard work.
Yeah, I imagine. Imagine hard work maintaining that.
If you haven't heard of Sweet Baby Inc.,
We've all heard it.
thank you. That's actually how I prefer it.
Hold on. What do you mean that's how you prefer it? Like the whole narrative was that you guys are not secret. Now you're saying you prefer that no one knows about you. You prefer that you are secret. Do you want to go left? Do you want to go right? It's left, obviously, but I had to ask.
But if you have, it's either because of the over 80 amazing
80. Let's see what games. Battle Shapes. Battle Shapers. Never heard of it. Alan Walk. Heard of it. Not much of a video game, in my personal opinion. I'm sorry, Matt. I know Matt likes games, loves Alan Walk. I don't. Spider Man 2. I quit Spider Man 2 just from listening to Miles's. How can I even pronounce? How can I even describe that voice? Like scrawny, scratchy. I don't know. Something about Miles's voice just irks the shit out of me. So I quit Spider Man 2 very quickly. God of War Ragnarok, decent game, but that last third, like the last act of Ragnarok was long. You know what I mean? It's long. I could have made it shorter. Usual June, never heard of it. Sable, it's a rough game, like rough, not in a good sense. Run and Jump, never heard of it. So these are the amazing games, like from the 80, right? From the 80, this is the creme de la creme. We have to assume it's the creme de la creme because this is what you put up on the screen, all right? And in my opinion, I'm not impressed, not even a little bit. Rachie, it's a electronic applause sound effect. Ragnarok, SBI didn't enrich the story in my opinion. Yeah. Like these are not the type of things that you want to put out there and say, yeah, these are the shining examples of what we do. Not great. Not great. Let's go.
and often award-winning games that we've worked on, or
Listen, winning awards means nothing in 2024, 5, or going forward. We just saw Astrobot and the PlayStation Awards. We just saw that happen. We just saw that. The year before, we saw Hogwarts Legacy not even get nominated. So no, winning awards means jack.
actually one of those, Usual June,
Means Jack or Jill, whichever one you prefer.
was at this very conference. So yeah, you've either heard us
She has thighs. God damn.
from all of these wonderful games, or perhaps
Or you've heard about Sweet Baby from the voices of the gamers. I know, it's a hard fact. It's a tough pill to swallow. You need more than water to get that down your gullet. I understand it. But let's go through it. Let's go through it. First off, you got Kyle, obviously. This guy he can sing, he can write. I don't know how he does it. All right? Every single video, this guy's got like a concert set up for his viewers. It's wild. It's wild. Good stuff from Kyle. Sweet, what's his face? It's a Gundam. Everyone knows it's a Gundam. Those that don't are lying. Who else is here? The Roach King himself. He's the only one in color. Everyone else is in black and white. He gets the color. I don't know what that's about. Who else? Who else is on here? Vera Duck. That's the chick that David Jaffe was like, she's only good because she's hot. Kind of messed up, but okay. Who else? That's pretty much it. Yeah. These people, they don't represent all the creators that have looked into this topic, but they are the leading voices in the gaming community, if we're being for real. Ty is asking me if I bought a new house. No, I did not. Loc winning awards does matter. It shows your involvement led to some artistic value, artistic award. Like if you worked in a company, you would show your CV, but also your accolades. Yeah, but in the gaming industry, awards only matter to them. That's what I'm trying to say. When I say it doesn't matter, I'm talking about it doesn't matter to us. At least the ones of us who have taken the red pill, right? Because we've seen like mediocre games get lifted way above their station to the detriment of amazing games that were ignored because they did not hit the right social cues. But they are amazing objectively. It's to the point of like Messi scoring 60 goals in a year, Ty. But because he doesn't do the right social things, he loses to a player that scored 30. That's the situation. And I always go back to the year that Hogwarts Legacy was like the king of gaming and nothing. Not even a nomination. Forget winning. Not even a nomination. Anyways,
You're familiar with the nearly year-long hate campaign that has
it's not a hate campaign. It's not a hate campaign. They just took what you said, turned it around, or took what you said and then put a mirror to it. And people laughed. That says more about what you said than people's reaction. All right? It wasn't a hate campaign.
been waged against us as a team. Unfortunately, today I'm here
She is pretty, though.
to talk about that in a talk I'm going to call What Happens When You Get Harassed?
Listen, people criticizing you is not harassment. It's not. It's just not.
A Sweet Baby story. So I'm going to start at the beginning. Who is Sweet Baby Inc.?
Yeah, tell us.
We are a narrative development company, and we are a team of narrative developers. What that means is that we do script writing, storytelling, narrative work for video games, and sometimes that means that we come in for writing punch-ups. Sometimes that means we're the entire writer's room for a project. Sometimes that means we're coming in very, very early on and helping them start the groundwork, the world building. But what I want to really stress is that all of our work focuses very heavily and very seriously on story. That is what narrative development is. We started out in 2018, but it was really in 2020 that we kind of came to any kind of industry prominence. And it was on a backdrop of the COVID quarantine, sending everybody home from the office. Me Too sweeping through the games industry as various bad actors were named and shamed appropriately, I should say.
Yes, yes.
And also the Black Lives Matter protests were in full swing.
The summer of love.
At the time, the industry was kind of responding in the way you might imagine, with a lot of corporate overpromising, but within the writing sphere, there were a lot of offers for portfolio reviews. Like, hey, if you're a marginalized or especially a black dev, we would love to give you a portfolio review. And I want to say I love portfolio reviews.
I feel like the origins of Sweet Baby are not nefarious. Maybe I'm wrong, but from what I'm listening to here, and I'm taking her at her word, it's not as nefarious as a lot of the conspiracy theories have made it sound. Okay, Richie, would that mean they didn't exist when God of War was a massive? No, no, they didn't. They didn't.
It's something that we also do at Sweet Baby for free. So if anybody in the audience right now is looking for a little bit of a portfolio review or wants to talk about video games, we'd love to do that. But the problem with portfolio reviews is that they also assume that it's a meritocracy, right? They assume the problem is your portfolio and not the fact that maybe there's a lot of other reasons that you are not getting the gig. So knowing that there were a myriad problems to be solved, we created an email called talk@Sweet Baby Inc. And we just said, hey, if you're a developer who wants to get into the industry, if you're someone who's already in the industry and you want to talk, just talk to us. And so
Like I have to defend Sweet Baby on this one. This email, talk@sweetbabyinc.com. I don't know if it's just for is it only for developers? Let's hear this again.
talk@Sweet Baby Inc. And we just said, hey, if you're a developer who wants to get into the industry, if you're someone who's
Exactly. I feel like the video game industry doesn't have, how can I put this, like a straight up path into it. And I understand some people have like courses that they can do at universities to study and then get into gaming. Like the guys who did Path of Exile, apparently, as soon as they left varsity, they got together and they made Path of Exile. Awesome, right? Awesome. But not everyone has access to those types of universities. I'll use myself as an example. If I wanted to get into video games as a Mozambican, there's no universities in Mozambique that provide that specific degree. Okay, so it would be useful, right, for me to be able to send a email to these guys and be like, this is who I am. I'm interested in doing something in gaming, and the idea of there being a pathway or an organization that helps onboard people and be like, okay, you can't afford for schooling, or you don't have schooling in your country. Most of like universities outside, it's kind of complicated for you to get in. Here's a list of universities that you can go and get a degree from. Um, that's like 100% remote, and there won't be any stress about too much to do with like permits or documents or whatever, and also pricing. So although I was ragging on the whole sweet baby thing when she was talking about it earlier, the concept of this email account for me, that's a big dub. That's a big dub, and people need to recognize it. It is a useful tool.
Who's already in the industry and you want to talk, just talk to us. And so in that year, we ended up with a lot of people who we connected to, and we talked a lot about advocacy. We talked a lot about helping people get into the industry, and we
See?
also talked a lot about the importance of telling stories from a variety of perspectives, and especially of having
Damn, she thick.
those writers and those creators in the room to help you with that. And as we joined new conversations, we worked on more projects, more people joined our team. And so in that year, or in those subsequent years, we grew from a team of only 5 to a team of 16 incredibly talented people. And during that time, as you might imagine, a lot of game teams were looking for guidance, both in terms of narrative, but also in terms of learning how to tell diverse stories and feature diverse characters. And so naturally, because we were kind of in that conversation, we helped them. Throughout the years, again, we worked on, as I said, a ton of games. For most of these, we did writing, story development. Sometimes we just kind of came on and did spot checks.
Okay.
But the thing that genuinely made me really, really proud of all of us was that we were living up to the title that I had wanted to. We were becoming true narrative developers, capable of taking on
Were you becoming good narrative developers?
pretty much any task as far as it took.
And like, not good in your opinion, good in the general public's opinion. Because when you make a product, you're not making the product for yourself. You're making it for other people to consume. When you're writing stories, it's for other people to consume and judge. So I'm sure every writer thinks they're writing a masterpiece until they publish, and then people start ragging on them, or worse still, no reaction. That sucks. That does suck.
Touch story on any project at any time, and that expertise was a result of all the different kinds of work that we were doing. For those not in the industry or not familiar with it, most game writers in their entire careers will see 5 to 10 projects as just a lifetime, and we would see that many projects in a matter of months.
All right. Let's hear that one more time.
As just a lifetime, and in their entire careers will see 5 to 10 projects as just a lifetime.
Okay. Sometimes when you make a humble brag, and then you think it's a humble brag, but you're really exposing yourself. This is it right here. She says that devs usually can go through 10 projects in their entire career. And she says they went through that same amount of projects in months. I'm assuming some of you in the chat have jobs, have had jobs. And if you've been in any position of like management where you have to review stuff, it's usually not a good sign when you're reviewing and approving stuff that usually gets done throughout an entire career. If you're doing it in a few months, that's usually not a good sign. Obviously, there's exceptions, but 9 times out of 10, it's not a good sign. the review process is not very good. If you're processing that many projects in that amount of speed, that's like more than 10 times what the usual is. She's saying people usually go through 5 to 10 in their entire lifetime as an employee, as a writer, as a writing team. They went through this in a couple of months. I'm not impressed. I'm worried. I'm worried. What's this? Talented maybe on fan fiction. Even fan fiction, you need to have people adopt it, bruv. If we go and check these fan fictions, how many people actually read it? Can we tally?
And we would see that many projects in a matter of months. And what happens when you work on that many projects and you get to see the inside of so many processes is that you don't learn necessarily like, oh, here are the ins and outs of working in this specific company. You instead hyper-focus on narrative and all of its parts, and you get really good at it. You get really.
But narrative is not a straight line. Narrative has to do a lot with the context of the original like foundation. So if you're working on the narrative for God of War, this is why God of War doesn't feel like God of War anymore. Because if you're working on the on God of War, but you're not in the weeds of the original trilogy, or you only like surface level brush through it, and you're worried about just narrative on the surface level, and you're not worried about this specific narrative, you're not going to get it right.
Specific at it, and you become craftspeople. And
What are you crafting? What are you crafting? That's the question.
funnily enough, as far as this company is concerned, that was actually my end game. I wanted us to become craftspeople because when I was a kid, I learned a lot about Carrie Fisher. And beyond her acting career, she was actually a very respected script doctor in Hollywood. And I remember finding that so fascinating and really striking because quite famously, she was someone who struggled a lot with the eye of fame, but it was so comforting and interesting to hear that in this community of artists and writers, she was deeply respected just for her craft. And if I'm being honest,
So she was respected by the community and artists. If we go back and check these films that Carrie Fisher worked on, you can tell she was also good at her job. So it wasn't just the people backstage. The customers enjoyed her work. That's an important part of this, guys. Lethal Weapon 3, okay. Star Wars Sister Act, I didn't watch Hook or The Wedding Singer, but I'm guessing they were good because the other three are pretty decent in my personal opinion.
script doctor in Hollywood. And I remember finding that so fascinating and really striking because quite famously, she was someone who struggled.
What's this? I liked the game Sable, and I will tell you it wasn't because of the writing. There you go. There you go. There you go. There you go. Someone liked the game. Writing was not a plus.
A lot with the eye of fame, but it was so comforting and interesting to hear that in this community of artists and writers, she was deeply respected just for her craft. And if I'm being honest, just as a creative myself, that's all I've really ever wanted. I've never wanted to be known by audiences, really. I have never.
One more time. One more time for the people in the back. For the people in the back.
Respected just for her craft. And if I'm being honest, just as a creative myself, that's all I've really ever wanted. I've never wanted to be known by audiences, really. I have never.
So what are you doing? You never wanted to be known by audiences. You go and make a product for to be consumed by audiences. Yeah, that logic checks out. Yes. Yes. Yep.
Never wanted to be known by gamers, certainly, and I've wanted to be.
Oh, that was
never
funny.
wanted to be known by gamers.
Certainly. So I didn't want to be known by audiences. but definitely not by the lowest form of audiences. Fucking gamers. Really? Really? Okay.
certainly. And I've wanted to be
Oh, you didn't thought that was funny, did you? I'm so tired of this. I'm tired of people that make money off gamers hating gamers. I'm tired of it. It makes no sense to me. What was it? Yesterday, the day before? I think actually it was today. I saw it on Twitter. Someone was highlighting, like, what's his name? Jason Schreier, one of the most prolific video game journalists, blatantly displaying his disdain for gamers. And I'm just like, bro, what are you doing? What? Where? I know I'm supposed to be trying to entertain whoever's watching. Thanks for coming through, Richie, and commenting on all of that. But I'm lost right now. I'm lost. And look at that gigantic grin on her face. Yeah, I hate these guys. As I go on and create stuff for these guys to consume. Huh?
I have wanted to be known by game devs and writers especially.
All right. All right. All right. All right.
I want teams and studios and writers and
How long has this been? Jesus, 26 minutes. All
creatives
right.
to think of us when they need a hand, when they want that more
When
support.
they need a hand in losing money, right? Right?
I want to be a game dev's game dev, and that's where I hoped it would be, but that is not what happened. Because
Such is life. Such is life.
in October of 2023, we had about 70 games under our belt at the time, but two of them, two very, very big ones, were about to drop within a week of each other. So on October 23rd, there was Spider-Man 2, and then on October 27th, there was Alan Wake 2, both big AAA games, and we had worked on narrative and character for both of them with literally years of work on Spider-Man 2.
Listen. Another narrative that I'm tired of is we've put so much work, into this thing. Bro, I don't care. I don't care how much. You know what? No one cares. No one actually cares how much time it took you to make the product. Go and ask Concord. No one cares it took them 7 years. No one. People just care, is it good or not? That's all we care. Oh, Power World looks like it was made by AI and slapped together on a random weekend. And okay, is it good? Is it good? Yeah. And the reason no one cares how long and how much you toiled over it, the reason no one cares is because when you charge us $60, $70, $100, you don't care. No one's ever asked me, dude, how is it paying $100 per game living in a third world country? How's that for you? How does that affect you personally? No one's ever asked me that. Not Kim, not PlayStation, not Xbox, not Steam. No one gives a fuck. All right? No one cares how long you worked on it. At all.
And we would finally get to announce them. We were very excited. In retrospect, we were actually like comically excited because we had a couple thousand followers at the time, mostly game devs, and we were like, okay, it's time to stand up and be proud of our work. Wow, this is gonna be
Hold on. Time to stand up and be proud of our work on one hand. On the other hand, we don't want to be known by gamers. When people say talking out of both sides of your mouth, this is it. Exhibit A.
really nice. And I remember even thinking that morning as we made these posts, like, I wonder if anyone's gonna notice that, like, we posted about Spider-Man, we're also posting about Alan Wake. Like, will anyone put it together? Because I think our way of working at Sweet Baby, the kind of like teamwork that we do on so many different games, is really, really unique. I think it's really cool. I think people will be excited about it and about our craft. So I decided to do a cheeky Google and see, like, hey, had anyone put that together? the Google went bad. I shouldn't have done it because rather than any praise or people going, wow, how did you do it? Or just, hey, a narrative development company, what does that mean? I'm really interested. We were instead found by kind of 4chan and the worst people on Twitter.
All right, let's see what they said. The first quote says, "If you ever thought every modern AAA feels written by exactly the same people, it's because they basically are." Hold on a minute. Why is this a bad comment? You just said you guys were working on 70 games. This is objectively true. It is literally true. And you just said it that you were working on 70 games. You said it right now in this video. Right now you said that. Okay. So you know what? This one's true. Why is it even up as if it's a lie? It's true. 16 people writing on 70 games. It does sound like the same. All right, maybe there's a bit of hyperbole there, but yeah, more or less the same. Next, Sweet Baby Inc. are basically a branch of BlackRock that consults in ESG in gaming. Basically, if you want ESG funding, you need to pass the ESG scores by this company. I think this is a blatant like lie. Okay, because Sweet Baby is not like it's not gatekeeping every single dollar and cent from BlackRock. That's not true. But are they a branch of BlackRock? Again, also not true. I would say that they're beneficiaries of BlackRock's, the infamous speech, we're going to force behaviors. I'm sure they're beneficiaries of that philosophy, but to say that they're a direct branch of BlackRock, I think that's a bit much. So the blue one here has got some. This one's like it's a fact. This one's reaching very far. Next, we have every AAA American studio has been outsourcing their game writing to this shitty ESG obsessed company. Again, this is just an exaggeration, all right? Like she said, they're working on 70 games. That's a lot of games. That's a lot of games. So I wouldn't say every AAA American game studio, but a lot of AAA American game studios have been outsourcing to them. So I'll leave this one as an exaggeration and say, yeah, this one's pretty crap. This green one's also pretty crap. The pink one says the most sinister actors in any industry often hide behind a harmless or infantile mask to conceal their true intentions. That's true. This organization has completely infiltrated the industry. Again, that is true. If you go to their page, you see like it. They've essentially worked on and consulted with every big publisher. So, yeah, 2 for 2, I guess.
And looking back, there is a funny element to it where I go like, people were kind of talking like, I've discovered a secret Canadian company.
Ooh, Carl Classic Cage, welcome. Was lurking. I will come back later on to finish this up, fam. Much love. Cheers, Carl Classic Cage. Richie, when does the direct start? Time in about an hour. Hopefully, I'll be done with this in an hour. The more she speaks, the less thick she looks. I don't know, dog. I don't know. She's still pretty thick, man. I'm just saying. I'm just saying, bro, man. Pay attention, dude. Put on some glasses like me. You might need one of these. Basically, she is a disgusting elitist. I wouldn't say she's an elitist. I wouldn't go that far. She wants to leech. She wants to be a leech feeding on the success of real creators. Ah, man. Again, you're not far off there, Rachel. You're not far off. It's just that I don't want to go all like full bore on her. Because I feel like she's just kind of misguided just a little bit. I don't think she's like full on trying to fail or make things bad. Do you know what I mean? She probably wants these games to be good, or she wants these stories to be good, but they're just not. At least not until the last game that they made or that we saw.
Like, these are the guys who did it. And the discovery that they had made was actually like, our public-facing website that we advertise our services on, and which you can go to right now if you'd like to collaborate with us or just learn more. It's not hidden, and if it is, it's very bad.
Listen. If you have to laugh, if you have to like slightly giggle, so the crowd knows to laugh. That's not a good sign. No. If you deliver the punchline and no one's laughing, just keep it pushing. Just keep it pushing. Cause now it's getting awkward for all of us. All right.
Bad because it sits at sweetbabyinc.com. But literally within a few hours of me seeing that first post, we were not only being accused of, forcing a black person into Alan Wake, which one is cool, but we didn't do.
Listen. Full disclosure. I played the first Alan Wake. Is in my opinion, it was a good game. The character that was turned black, I kind of vaguely remember her being a white chick with blonde hair. There's people that are way more invested in the Alan Wake universe that have made like lengthy videos breaking the whole thing down, explaining why they blackified her or they turned her black or whatever. I'm not going to sit here and say that I'm super stressed that they did that, because me personally, I don't really care about that character. I didn't care about her that much when she was white. Don't really care about her as she's now black. My issue with race swapping and sex swapping has always been to protect my stuff. I'm just being 1,000,000,000% honest with you guys. The reason why I don't like to see ginger characters turned black, whatever, a male character turned female or whatever, is because I always think about my guy Bishop. I always think about the day that it's time to make a Bishop movie. These motherfuckers are gonna turn Bishop into a lesbian, into a black chick. That's what they're gonna do with Bishop. And it's not gonna be his sister like in the comic books. That's going to be Bishop. It's gonna be some chick. Blade is going to be some chick. And I have no problem with women. I don't. But Blade is Blade, not Bladette. All right? So I'm just being honest. Whenever I see these things getting swapped out, it's not that I really care about that franchise. I care about the principle of the thing. Because if it's okay to do that to those characters, then it now becomes okay to tarnish my characters. And I'm not down with that. All right? The day I wake up and Solid Snake is now a chick, I'm not happy about that. The day I wake up and Solid Snake is now a black dude, I'm not happy with that. All right? All right. Richie says, I want a black Tarzan raised by gorillas. Richie, that's the one race swap I am willing to bet my left testicle. It has to be the left or not the right one. I need that one. I'm willing to bet my left testicle we will never see a race swap Tarzan. And you know why.
And also of putting pride flags into Spider-Man's New York, which, again, so good, love to see them, but we were not responsible for them. But suddenly we were being told that we were, funded by BlackRock, and that actually we weren't a narrative development company, we were a DEI company, some kind of vaguely defined like censor, and that we were here to use all of the power we had amassed to force companies to go woke. And obviously that's a very baffling understanding of what...
Hold on. Did you see what just happened? Did you see what just... Hold on.
That we were, responsible for this New York. We forcing a black person into...
All right. Notice how she denied the forcing a black person into the game. She denied the gay flag thingy in Spider-Man. She did not deny the BlackRock funding. Notice that she just slipped it in there so people could just assume that one goes together with the flag and the race swap. Watch.
Alan Wake, which one is cool, but we didn't do.
See, she outright denied the Alan Wake switch. Or
And also of putting pride flags into Spider-Man's New York, which, again, so good, love to see them, but we were not responsible for
she blatantly gave two examples and blatantly denied both.
them. But suddenly we were being told that we were, funded by BlackRock, and that actually we weren't a narrative development company. We were a DEI company, some kind of vaguely defined like censor, and that we were here to use all of the power we had amassed to force companies to go woke. And obviously that's a very
See, no denial of that. No denial of that specifically. All right.
baffling understanding of what work for hire is. I'm not sure how they imagined we did it or how the contracts would be drawn up for it, but it kind of didn't matter because it just kept evolving and spinning out of control, and suddenly the conspiracy was just
Come on, guys. Come on. Don't be lazy, even with your expose of the people doing exposés on you guys. There's no way this is all you guys could come up with. This is the same picture. You've put it up 3 times. You could have put up more. There's literally thousands of videos and thumbnails y'all could have used. You took one and you're like, I'm going to paste this thing, copy and paste this 10 times. Is this how you make stories? Just a question. I'm not accusing. Is this the amount of work that you put into your stories?
alive. They were finding photos of us, sometimes our families or our contractors. They were doxing me and other members of the team. Anyone calling these attacks out as doxing was accused of doxing themselves or lashing out.
Listen, with the whole, ooh, okay, see, I got it at the nice angle. Bromain, pay attention. Hold on. Let me move my, all right, there we go. Thoughts, Bromain, thoughts. Anyways, what I was saying, sorry, what I was saying. She's talking about doxing, right? And about how this whole thing started. I feel this is a disingenuous, or you know what, maybe not disingenuous, this is just blatantly dishonest. Blatantly dishonest. Because this whole thing kicked off when someone from Sweet Baby outright tried to take down Cabrutus's page. Cabrutus Rambo is this Brazilian guy, which, claro que isso aconteceu com um brasileiro, né? Claro que o mundo dos jogos, né, explodiu porque um brasileiro está envolvido, claro. So, this whole thing kicked off when someone from Sweet Baby tried to deplatform Cabrutus Rambo, a Brazilian, right? Who had a Steam page, a curator page where he kept like records or notes of which games had Sweet Baby involvement, which I didn't even know there was such a thing as curator pages. And then when I found out about it, I was like, dude, this is completely normal. I went to go and check. It's like, yeah, there's lists about games that are made by Konami. There's games that are made by with the involvement of certain developers in Square Enix. There's lists of games where the audio is specifically crafted by a specific composer that's super famous. The names escape me because mostly for me it's just Kojima, but there's famous music composers that people buy games just to get their OST, okay? And that's fine. So if it's fine to do all of that, it should be fine to make a list of games that Sweet Baby had involvement with. Why? Because maybe there's people like me that want to play Sweet Baby games. And that list is convenient for me because now I just be like, okay, I'm going to buy this, I'm going to buy this, I'm going to buy this. And it's also fine for people that don't want to buy Sweet Baby games to be like, okay, let me get that list so I can make sure I never buy these games. Everyone has the right to make the most informed decision when it comes to their money. This specific person from Sweet Baby tried to get people to go and harass and take down the curator page that Cabrutus Rambo had. Instead of that happening, gamers, right? The majority of us found out what was happening. Suddenly, this guy's page went from, I don't know, a couple thousand to hundreds of thousands. This guy opened a website. Oh, I'm just keeping track of Sweet Baby stuff. Now I think it's even expanded. It's not just Sweet Baby. Now it's just whatever the extreme left developers try to do or add in their specific games. He has like a list of like, all right, this might be poison, this might be poison, this might be poison. People like me will be like, all right, so this means I need to buy this, I need to buy this, I need to buy this, more or less. So yeah, that's how this whole thing kicked off, and she's not mentioning it once. That sucks. Sapo, welcome in. I'm tired of the whole discussion. It's exhausting. Does it affect my job? Does it take food off my dinner table? Does it affect me at all? No. Well, that's good for you, Sapo. That's good for you. For some of us that buy video games and care about video games, matters. Matters. Broman says, yeah, you see my point. I'm telling you, get some glasses. I'm telling you. I'm seeing in 4D right now. Sapo says the alt-right are complete Nazis, though. Who's the alt-right, Sapo? Please tell us. Point the finger. Rachie, I follow two curators, one for visual novels, the other for SRPGs. Exactly, exactly. And I'm sure there's people that follow Cabrutus Rambo's page specifically because they want to play the Sweet Baby games. I don't know how many of those people are, but I'm sure they exist. Hold up, let me. Since Broman now sees my point, let me just put myself right back here. All right, let's go.
That's me. I'm the CEO. I have issues. But yeah, this went on for weeks and then months.
It's really not funny.
At its peak, which was somewhere around like February, March of this year, we were getting something like 300 emails a day, which admittedly some of those are going to be spam or bots or whatever it is, but they were often accompanied.
Listen, if I wasn't married, I'd be trying to hook up with Kim Belair. I'd be trying something. I'm being honest. She is fine, bro. She is fine.
By death threats, threats to our family. We did have one bomb threat made to the police that they contacted us about, and at best, the nicest thing you would see in some of these spaces was that we were a punchline. But any defenders were really, really shouted down quite quickly. And in moments when this movement couldn't dig up like another reason to attack us, they would just kind of move on to other groups who they perceived to be like us, all while doing the work of erasing all of those peoples and.
Bro, man, the cheeks are hot. Bro, I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. Baby got back, man.
Our actual jobs and interest and papering
God bless Kim Belair. All right, God bless her.
Over it with kind of, that rallying cry of far-right supremacy, DEI.
Hold on. What? Did she say what I think she said?
The work of erasing all of those peoples and our actual jobs and interest and papering over it with kind of, that rallying cry of far-right supremacy, DEI.
Oh my goodness. Wait. So you guys come up with the term diversity, equity, and inclusion. You guys do that, right? Right? People take what you did, right? They take the term you created, show it to everyone else. Now it's a far-right supremacy symbol. Do I have that right? I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, she pretty? I'm not sure she's that pretty. I'm just saying. No. This is ridiculous. This is crazy.
And as ridiculous and stupid as it all was,
Ridiculous is the word. Ridiculous is definitely the word.
I actually was not prepared for the escalation of it when noted buffoon and Twitter CEO Elon Musk.
Okay. Richest man on the planet not only sends rockets to space, something NASA, a government-funded institution, cannot do, right? Not only does he send them to space, he brings them back down and parks them like it's a fucking Tesla. No one's ever done that. Everyone that has ever sent a rocket, it can only go one way. This guy made it go and come back. Noted buffoon, she called him. One more time for the people in the back.
And as ridiculous and stupid as it all was, I actually was not prepared for the escalation of it when noted buffoon in the Twitter CEO.
Bro, if Elon Musk is a buffoon, what what are we? No, I want a response in the chat. Please tell me. Chat, tell me. If Elon Musk is a buffoon, right? What are we? I need to know. Oh God, not retards.
CEO Elon Musk decided that he would chime in with his very cool thoughts.
What did Elon Musk say? Sweet Baby Inc. is an evil blight. God damn. Bro, chill. Evil blight on the gaming industry. All they do is make games terrible and try to cancel people. They cannot go broke soon enough. Lord in heaven. I didn't see this tweet, but let's pretend it's true. Let's say it's true. He's wrong for this one. Because like I said at the beginning of this thing, I don't think Sweet Baby is intentionally like, let's destroy this, let's burn this down, let's destroy this game, and let's make it terrible. I think they genuinely make changes in games, and when they see it, they get all choked up and emotional, they cry and everything. Like, oh, what a work of art. Like Michelangelo, Da Vinci, you know, all these geniuses of the past. Shakespeare would tremble in his boots and kiss our feet because of what we've done. I honestly think that. So I think evil is a very heavy word. It's like evil is like they're doing it on purpose. And I don't think we can assign that to Sweet Baby. Maybe I'm being innocent or naive or whatever, but I don't think we can assign that to Sweet Baby. Unless someone can show me something from Sweet Baby of like, yeah, we want to burn this whole thing down, like fuck it, we want every game to fail or whatever, which I don't think anyone will ever find. Yeah, I think the evil part, I think that's messed up. I don't agree with that. All they do is make games terrible and try to cancel people. That latter part, again, I haven't seen a single Sweet Baby banger. One objective banger, I haven't seen it. Trying to cancel people, like I said, the Cabrutus thing, that's literally what happened. So I can agree with them on they make games terrible and try to cancel people. They cannot go broke soon. And I don't think Sweet Baby is going broke anytime soon, because I do believe that they get funding from places like BlackRock and whatever. Not as like a direct branch and they work, but I think that they get lots of like donations from places like that. So in terms of money, I think they're fine. I don't have access to their books. I'm guessing. All right? Just being honest. I'm guessing. Anyways.
Yeah, some very cool, very good thoughts in there.
Again, if you have to like snigger, if you have to try and make the crowd laugh, you're not funny. Whatever it is you just showed or said was not funny. Don't try and make them laugh, because that just makes it more awkward. All right? Because now they're laughing out of sympathy, and that's embarrassing.
Lots to think about. So this was hard the whole time. Like, not since the beginning, it wasn't great. But we were receiving countless emails, all this constant hate. It was targeted enough to feel disconcerting, even when it was kind of silly, and it was also kind of drowning out the support. But when Elon chimed in,
I'd like to see that support. Not from game devs, because I'm sure they had to, do what they needed to do to keep their jobs. I'm talking about like from fans. I'd like to see the support, honestly.
And it really made me realize the scale of it, because the richest man in the world was suddenly turning like the Eye of Sauron onto 16 people.
Look, I kind of have to agree with her. Like, things escalated after Elon said that. I'm sure those 3K likes didn't stay at 3K. I think if you go and check back, if you go back and check, it's probably like at 300,000 K. And then the impressions and views, probably millions of people saw that. So yeah, it probably escalated after Elon sent that tweet out. She's right.
Trying to make a pretty modest living in the industry that they love, and he was arguing for
Industry that you love? Can you love an industry if you don't love the people in it? Genuine question. Can you love the gaming industry if you don't like the gaming populace who make up the majority of the gaming industry? Is that possible? Is it? Richie, the magnum opus of Spider-Man 2 and Ragnarok sequels considered by fans inferior to the prequel. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, Richie. Yes, Ron Slasher cheeks. She is cheeked up. God bless. Yes, definitely would. Ron Slasher definitely would. Hey, Vincent, welcome in. Welcome in. Did I miss the start? Because faffing around with a Japanese Sega Saturn. Yeah, you did. You've missed like what, 1 hour? You've missed an hour, but it's fine. It's fine. You can always just rewind, watch it again, or check the cliff notes. I'm sure there's like AI that summarizes things up.
our collapse. And this meant that, it was when this happened and when it got bigger than this, you can tell I got it early as a screenshot, but
yeah, you can tell.
Yeah, it made us realize that this was huge. We were being attacked in a massive and coordinated campaign of
No one was attacking you. Guys, when you put a product out, you're going to get positive, negative, or indifferent. You don't have any control from that reaction. And the negative is not a personal attack on you. All right? It's not. It's a personal attack. Sorry, it's an attack on your work, on the work that your team did. Now, if you don't know how to clock out and disconnect, that's your problem. Okay? That's why people love Kojima's games. It's only weirdos like me that that actually love Kojima himself. A lot of people that love the games, if you ask them, "Oh, would you pay to go see Kojima? Would you be excited to see Kojima?" They'd be like, "I don't care, dog. I don't care." They'd probably be more excited to meet David Hayter, who actually did the voice for Snake. So no, this was not an attack. It's just people critiquing and saying they don't like your stuff. Vince says, I might not want to rewind. You know what? Kim has some good points. If you pay attention, she does have some good points. I'm just saying. Only 16 people who affected at least 30 million players because many played SBI games. That's true. That's true. A lot of people played their
harassment, and that sucks. But it does get me closer to the question of what happens when you get harassed. So first of all,
Again, didn't get harassed.
Just as a spoiler, like what happens when you get harassed is it sucks. I can't recommend it. If I had to rate the experience,
it sucks when you get criticized. That's what she's trying to say. But criticism is the only way to improve.
It's like 1.5 stars, probably.
Oh, did she almost make her funny? I think she almost made her funny. Let's listen to the whole thing. Let's listen to the whole thing.
When you get harassed. So first of all, just as a spoiler, like what happens when you get harassed is it sucks. I can't recommend it. If I had to rate the experience, like 1.5 stars, probably. It's not the best. But more specifically, what happened during all of this, if I can kind of dig down into this review, is, we lost our voice. And we didn't just lose our voice as a collective, we lost our voices individually because people on our team were either hounded off of social media or they get attacked so consistently that it just becomes frustrating to use. It's not enjoyable to hop on anywhere and get that wave of hate. So within Sweet...
Dude, these guys should have hired Asmongold. The people at Sweet Baby should have hired Asmongold to deal with the stresses of people shitting on you every time you say something on social media. Like, they should have hired the Roach King. If anyone knows how to deal with incessantly people just bashing you, whatever you post, there's at least 100 people just waiting to shit on you. This consultancy should have paid him a consultancy. All right, he would have sorted this out.
Sweet Baby, beyond what we do for work, there are authors, there are comic book creators, there are TTRPG creators, game designers, people who have other work that they want to share with the world, that they should be allowed to share with the world. But just for existing within our company, just for working on the games that they do, they were attacked. Even contractors, people who literally worked with us for a spot check, a week or a couple months.
But it doesn't matter, right? If the fans were shitting on you, it doesn't matter because you guys were superstars with the devs, with the publishers, with the executives. That's what you said, right? That was the target audience. It wasn't us. The target audience was the devs. So you could become the developer's developer. And I'm quoting her word for word. So it doesn't matter what I'm saying on Twitter. It doesn't matter what Rachie is saying on Twitter. It doesn't matter what Elon's saying on Twitter. Because none of those people are devs, publishers, gaming execs. And they all love Sweet Baby, right? So it shouldn't have made a difference to any of y'all's life. Like, I'm just following your logic. That's all I'm doing. Dorian Gray, welcome in. Says figured Loke would simp. Bro, look at her. Look at her. Of course I'm simping for Kim Belair. Hell yeah. Stay away from GTA, bro, man. Nah, you know what? Sweet Baby could bring some compassion to GTA. That might be a good touch. Not too much, but GTA needs a little bit of some heart. Sweet Baby might do that for them. Dorian, yeah, we didn't catch Chris Kindred. We didn't watch Chris Kindred start a fight with Cabrutus for making... Yeah, exactly. I did mention that. Ron Slasher, I will give her... I feel like we should check to see if she's not married, because this might be inappropriate if she's married. Dorian Gray, a curated list is yes, essentially. That's the story. That's the narrative. It's harassment. Okay?
But there was really, really nothing we could do. And as silly as it is, and as little as I miss the current Twitter, as little as I regret leaving it, the loss of frivolity...
What? Kim's left Twitter. Oh no! Whatever shall we do without Kim on Twitter? Guys, quick, uninstall Twitter. It's now worthless. It's useless.
And, frankly, dumb bullshit is actually a little soupçon of dehumanization. Because I would love to post a picture of my latte or my dogs without people going oh, I guess coffee is woke now, and hey.
Listen, you know what I'd like to say to Kim and everyone else from Sweet Baby when it comes to this stuff on Twitter? The reason why you don't need to leave Twitter, people, there's a handy function called mute. Not block, because Elon's made that useless. The block button is useless. Mute. Once you're done with a certain line of conversation with someone that's just being annoying for the sake of being annoying, and you're sure you don't want to deal with this again, just press mute. Literally press mute. You will never hear from this person again. It's not that hard. Literally is not hard. You for a month you'll have to mute people, but after that you'll only have the people that agree with you. You have your nice little echo chamber. It'll be beautiful. No need to leave Twitter. That consultancy right there, free, free of charge. Vince says, no, it does not. FCK, Sweet Baby, and all it stands for. What? Not all of it. Sweet Baby's not all bad. Y'all are crazy. Dorian Gray, I wouldn't look in that direction. These types of women are the first to falsely accuse. Listen, she'll fall. You know what? Let me not say. No, I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it. Richie, don't worry about SBI have equally inflated ego as Reforge Gaming. We'll have to make time to watch one of those videos. If you guys can DM me some of those clips, it'll be nice. I'm thinking about doing this on Tuesdays and Saturdays. We'll see. Ron Slasher, I'll show her some DEI. Ron, thank you so much for coming through, Ron. Appreciate you. Broman says she sounds like a victim. Dude, they were, I wouldn't say actual victims, but they definitely suffered some sort of like attack from the community. Granted, they did not react properly to said attack, but people definitely did go for them. Do you know what I mean? They went for their necks.
That dog is pretty gay, but we weren't allowed. We are no longer allowed to be in the conversation without, what amounts to mass targeting. Look at him up there.
Press the damn mute button. Button. Sorry, I'm not American. Mute button. Press the mute button.
And don't get me wrong, people did defend us. Some very,
People defended. All right. Let's see if she highlights these people.
very, very great folks, like often writers, game devs, people who he had worked with, people he had not worked with, who could see this thing for what it was.
Wait a minute. The people that shit on you, you put them on the screen. The people that supported you, nothing? Nothing. That sucks.
But
Imagine if I had made a video as a YouTuber, that breaks my heart. So these people made a bunch of videos shitting on you. You took the time to screenshot a couple of them, make a little like collage, right? To say these are people that shit on us. If I was one of these YouTubers that made a whole bunch of videos defending you, I wouldn't get that same type of. It almost feels like you care more about the haters than the people that love you. This is weird. I would say if I was in the brainstorming to make this presentation, I'd be like, the same way we're going to make a page full of the people that were against us, let's make a page full of the people that support us. It only makes sense, in my opinion. Dorian Gray, you'll hear from them again after you mute them when they threaten to sue you because refusing to acknowledge them is harassment. No, I don't think no. I've muted a ton of people. No one's ever. Well, I'm not as big as Sweet Baby, so maybe that's something else. Vince says because nobody supported them, they would get into serious actions for such allegations if wrongfully named. Damn. Okay. All right. I do think people did support them. I disagree with you, Vince. I think they did support them, but I think they did a lot of people wrong because the haters get a whole thing done for them. The supporters get nothing. They get just platitudes. And she's not even going to shout out the names like, oh, Loke as well. Thank you so much for whatever. Nothing. Just, oh, yeah, a lot of people supported us. A lot of people supported us. That's not saying much. It's really not. Oh, something just happened to my camera. Hold on. Oh, I'm back. Okay. Okay. It's like after Gamergate when the whole FBI investigated and found one dude that sent a hot email but promised to not do it again. Listen, people blow things out of proportion all the time. That's true.
while I appreciated the defense and the team appreciated it so much,
Appreciated it so much, we didn't make a cute little collage for the people that supported us.
that's
Because actions are worth 100 times what you say. You can say that you love me, but if you don't do anything, you don't really love me. Do you know what I mean? You can say, "Oh, fuck the haters," but the haters get like a place of privilege in your TED talk, and you can say, "Oh, I love my lovers," and then the people that love you get empty platitudes for like 10 seconds, and then you're right back to addressing the haters.
Support is still really hard to feel in the panic of the moment. And so instead, I felt really guilty. I felt responsible. Like I felt bad, not for doing the job that I love, but
Okay, no guilt.
for building a space that was meant to be protective and creative for a bunch of people and having it turn into something that, through no fault of our own, saw my friends and my loved ones and my colleagues and my coworkers just viciously and brutally hurt. I felt bad for making a company at all. I felt bad for believing.
That sucks. It sucks that she felt bad for trying. But like everything in life, just because you try to become an Olympic athlete, you don't have any right to succeed. No one has a right to succeed or to be loved. No one has that right. Everything in this world, especially when it comes to the world of business, which is what you're in, Kim Belair, unless Sweet Baby is doing all of this for free, which we all know is not true. This ain't pro bono, okay? This is not pro bono. Checks have been cut. Expectations must be met. All right? So, given that context, right? Given that context, if you fail, there's a price to pay. Why? For you to even attempt anything, there was a price paid.
Believing in it and for speaking on it. People would come up to me, especially at events like I went to GDC, and they would very kindly tell me that they were inspired by me or by us and by our collective strength and our resilience. And I would say thank you so much, but deeply,
I'm inspired by Sweet Baby as well. I'm not even being ironic. I'm inspired. Well, I'm kind of being ironic. Like, on one hand, I'm inspired because someone actually saw a service that was necessary in gaming, which is creating a path into gaming for people that don't even know where to even start, right? They created like a safe harbor or a safe starting area. Not so safe anymore, but that was the idea. So I'm inspired by that part of Sweet Baby. What I'm not inspired by, well, the other half of Sweet Baby that inspires me is to be a much, much better writer and character creator than the people at Sweet Baby. Yeah, these guys have like lit a fire under my ass. Like, yo, I can't be as bad as that. No, sir. No, no. Dorian Gray, they're always frumpy. Well, that's what DI is. Equity is not equality. Equity is expecting equal outcomes, not equal opportunity. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's a problem. Because for me, going back to my example, if I wanted to get into gaming, I would want the same opportunity as someone that wants to get into gaming that's like in Colorado, for example. I just want the chance. I would want the chance. That's what I would want. And just getting that chance is already a lot. Vince says, stop trolling. I'm not trolling. I'm not trolling. Dorian Gray, you are owed equal opportunity, not equal outcome. Yes. Yes. 100% agree with that. 100%. 100%. Everyone gets to shoot for the moon. If you fail, just move on. Let someone else try. Or try again if you can muscle your way back to the front of the queue.
I would feel very ashamed, which intellectually I know is wrong, right? we are doing something good. We are writers and designers of tremendous skill and tremendous experience, and we've never censored anything, nor have we ever wanted to. Frankly, if you really want my opinion, I think largely games could be hornier. I think they should be darker. I think they should be stranger.
See, I told you guys, Sweet Baby's not all bad. All right, games should be hornier, stranger, darker. Dubs all around. Kim Belair, ladies and gentlemen. Or should I say thick Belair? Anyways, let's get back to the video.
At the core of my approach here, games could be
Guys,
hornier.
listen. Listen. If you're driving, right? If you're walking, if you're not actually looking at the screen, please look at the screen for the next 10 seconds. 5 seconds. All right, fine. 5 seconds. Please look at the screen.
I think they should be darker. I think they should be stranger. At the core of my approach here,
God damn. Woo. Oh. Okay. All right. God bless Kim Belair. All right, that's what I'll say. What's this? Dorian Gray says that's a lie. These people thrive on censorship. I don't know, man. I don't know. Their idea of sexy. Yeah, you know what? Dragon Age Velga is a good example. Yeah. Vince says, I'm sorry, that's very... what? What? What's wrong? All right. Rachie says, professional clown. No, she's not. You guys need to leave Kim Belair alone. All right. I'm going to ban you guys if you keep talking rubbish about Kim Belair. Leave Kim Belair alone. Bro, man, Kim, the closest freak. Yo, didn't she have a podcast that was centered around having sex with like video game characters? I remember watching someone was doing an expose. They thought they did an expose, but it was just showing stuff that is publicly available to everyone. She had a podcast where they'll talk about video games and sex with characters. And this one episode that they highlighted, she was talking about Bowser, and she really went into it. And I was like, all right. Dorian Gray, the idea of sexy is a Neil Druckmann self-insert. Really? Oh, okay. That wasn't sexy. But that was Neil Druckmann. It wasn't Sweet Baby. Come on. Let's not assign the sins of Neil Druckmann to Sweet Baby. Let's not do that, because even the other way around wouldn't be fair, right? Rachie, don't clowns have large hips? Let's get back to this video. This thing is it.
And the approach that we take as a company, I genuinely believe that
We need to finish.
representation is not censorship.
Representation is innovation. This is stupid. God damn it, my camera keeps on fucking bugging. Hold on. Let me fix. I'm going to be brief about this. I don't want to just, belabor the point. No, representation is not innovation. Innovation is innovation. Because by this definition, if just representation is innovation, you just do what's been happening in Hollywood. Take whatever didn't have representation and then just add representation, and now you've done something awesome. Huh? So you go back and you look at something that was successful, I don't know, Home Alone, got a whole bunch of white people. Make it now black people. Bam! It's now innovative, it's new, it's fresh, it's... Huh? No, representation is not innovation. Innovation is innovation. We're not about to move the goalposts like that. Dorian Gray, representation law. These people act like video games are public accommodations. They're not Congress law. Dude, even public accommodations, you can't like paint them black and then you've now innovated. This room, for example, if I paint it black, I have not innovated. I've just turned it black. That's all I've now if I added like fucking stairs and wall that retracts and a secret room or whatever, yeah, now you've innovated. Now you've done something. Just painting it a different color is not innovation. It's really not. Vehicles. You can't just paint a black vehicle white. Ooh, I've innovated. The fuck? No. You have to actually change it. Take the engine out. Put something else in. Change the rims. Fucking tune up the frame. You know? All types of stuff. That's what innovation is.
But is innovation. Diversity in narrative makes things more intense. It can make it more visceral and more real. It doesn't have to always make something more wholesome or softer. I really do believe that by opening up to new perspectives, by getting folks in the room more softer, innovation is not censorship.
Let's hear this again.
It is innovation. Diversity in narrative makes things more intense. It can make it more visceral and more real.
Diversity can make things more visceral and more real. See, that would be a plus if we weren't talking about video games like God of War with mythical creatures and whatever. We're not trying to feel grounded with a giant snake that has cities in it. We're not trying to feel grounded and realistic in a horror game that jumps in between dimensions. That's not the goal. Like at all. Like not even a little bit. Maybe if you were making GTA, and even that, it's a satire. See, maybe you're in the wrong industry, right? If you want to make things more real, this is probably not the place for you, because here we have swords, right? We have swords that can split planets. We have people like Commander Shepard that can float into space. Their suit freaking breaks and they die, right? Someone takes their body and finds a way to bring them back to life. This is not the place for real. All right, Metal freaking Gear has things like the sorrow. All right, has wild ass situations with like Psycho Mantis and whatever. Dude, this ain't it. If realism is what you're looking for, I have a room for you in Hollywood. Maybe even then. Maybe even there in Hollywood, they'll kick you out.
Doesn't have to always make something more wholesome or softer. I really do believe that by opening up to new perspectives, by getting folks in the room, we actually push more boundaries and we get more real. But
more real. You're in the wrong racket, for real. You're in the wrong racket. Oh, let's make Black Myth Wukong more real. Let's make, wait for it, Astrobot more real. Yep, I'm looking forward to the next Sweet Baby project. That's what I'm doing.
what happens when you get harassed is it doesn't matter what you believe.
You didn't get harassed. You were criticized and you couldn't take it. I'm telling you, if people had stepped to these devs or these writers at Sweet Baby, laid their criticisms out, and these people taken their criticisms on board and responded in kind instead of trying to go a tete-a-tete and try to, oh, you threw shit at me, I'm gonna throw more shit at you. Dude, that's not the relationship here. They're the customer, you are the one that's trying to get money from the customer. If I made a comic book tomorrow, which I'm planning on doing at some point, if I made a comic book tomorrow and then people flooded my mentions with, your comic book is shit because of this and this and this. Do you know what I'm doing? Do you know what I'm doing? I'm taking notes. I am taking notes. And I'm replying to these people like, yeah, man, when I made it, I thought this or whatever. Thanks for the criticism. Do you know how disarming that can be? When someone comes at you like, oh, dude, fuck you, your comic was shit because of this and this and this, and then your response, instead of being, nah, fuck you, you talentless, you loser that spends life on your Twitter, instead of saying that, right? Instead of saying that, do you know how disarming you can be if you're like, I've taken on board your three specific points, Your second point, I didn't quite get. Cause did you mean this and this and this? Uh, I'm waiting for your feedback. Really appreciate it, brother. Cheers. The next response you get from that person is not going to be swear words or insults or anything. That person is going to follow you, and now they're probably going to sub to your Patreon for your comic, and now they're going to keep giving you more harassment or criticism, which is what I think it is, to improve your product. That's all it is. That is all it is. But you need to recognize your relationship. The same way me and my sons, when I criticize my son, our relationship is not from equal to equal. He needs to check himself when he responds to me. He needs to remind himself who I am to him when he responds. Do you understand? Like, there's no relationship that's just like square, we're equals here, because everyone's trying to get something from someone else. And in every relationship, there's always someone that needs the other person more. So as a creator, you need the customer more than they need you, because they can go and buy another comic book. They can go and play another video game. It's such a simple concept, in my opinion. It's so simple. Rachie, does Kim Belair speak French? Because if she is not, I feel oppressed by hostile English takeover of Montreal. Dorian Gray, they love diversity so much, but disagree with them. They'll show you how homogeneous they are, yeah, when you disagree with them. Isn't that stupid Xbox thing coming? I don't know, the direct. What time is it? Oh, fuck, the direct is starting now. All right, you know what? Fuck this. Kim, this was fun. We'll see you when we see you. I'm going to probably not going to watch the direct if I'm being honest. I'm going to sleep because tomorrow is going to be a rough day. I need to get through a lot of stuff with work. And then you know what? Let's pick this up on Saturday. Let's pick it up on Saturday. Appreciate you guys. Rachie says, I want to see SBI south of midnight right now. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for hanging out. Please share this out. Like smash the like button and all this other good stuff. I really, really, from the bottom and the top of my heart, appreciate you guys. See you tomorrow for Bull City. Ciao.
They said we said, they said we said, they said we said, they